Counting on Jessa Duggar makes kids watch violent movies? Counting on alum Jessa Duggar Seawald is back with her barrage of stories about her kids. The 31-year-old has been on and off social media over the past few months. However, whenever she gets back online, she makes consecutive posts, making fans think that her sudden online activity has another meaning. One of Jessa's latest updates is about their latest movie time. But many Reddit users were surprised by what type of movie Ben's wife showed to her kids. Keep reading to see what it was. Counting on Jessa Duggar makes fans skeptical. Last month, Jessa returned to Facebook to share multiple sayings of her kids. One of the stories that Counting on alum shared was about Ivy's conversation with her dad, in which she says their bodies are half American and half Indian. "It's from Indians living here, and now we are living here," her daughter added. However, some fans were skeptical about Jessa's post. Aside from the fact that it doesn't make sense, some fans also think Jessa was only trying to grab everyone's attention after Jana took the spotlight following her wedding. Jessa makes kids watch violent movies? Some Redditors react to Jessa Duggar Seawald's latest story about her kids. According to the Counting on alum, Ben and their kids were watching Gods and Generals. They were at a scene where General Jackson died. But Jessa was surprised about Ivy's comment, saying, "Poor Stonewall. I wish I could just give him a hug before he died." Many commenters were left scratching their heads about why would Jessa allow her kids to watch such a violent movie. Others also pointed out that Jessa and her siblings were raised under strict TV rules where they're only allowed to watch certain shows that mostly focus on the gospel. Shouldn't Ben and the kids be watching Bluey, Disney, or something remotely age-appropriate? Yes, it's so important to broadcast your kid empathizing we're a Confederate general, Jessa. Are we sure she's not a Bates? This isn't even a dog whistle, it's a vuvuzela. These are so weird, Jessa. Poor little Ivy. I don't believe she said this. I also don't believe she sat still long enough to watch this movie, even if Ben put it on. But this is an awful thing to attach to your 5-year-old. Sympathizing with a Confederate general. Jesus. Jessa always trying to stay relevant, no matter how stupid she sounds. Counting on Jessa Duggar shares Henry's incredible crafting skills. Aside from their shocking movie day, Jessa also took to Facebook to share a photo of Henry's DIY fly trap. According to the former Counting on star, Henry held open 2 foam bowls and made them look like a clam shell. Inside, he put a piece of tape as well to catch the fly. He put it on the dining table. Spurgeon decided to help him out and caught a fly and threw it in there, the proud mom added. Jessa Duggar Seawald also said that Ivy told her brother, "Henry, that's not good. You're killing God's animals." Meanwhile, many fans commended Henry for his creativity. "Your kids are so adorable and sassy. Love everyone's effort. A West must go. They can only live outside. I thought his fly trap worked for a second and was impressed, lol. Still, it's very creative for a little guy." If you are looking for more Duggar family news, come back to TV shows Ace for all your updates. Jessa Duggar, one of the stars of the popular TLC series 19 Kids and Counting and its spin-off, Counting On, has become a figure of interest over the years. Known for her conservative values and large family, Duggar has always made her lifestyle and parenting methods a part of her public image. Recently, however, fans have raised concerns about her children's exposure to violent media, sparking a debate on whether Duggar's parenting decisions align with the Christian values she has publicly endorsed. At the heart of this discussion is the nature of the content her children might be consuming. The Duggars, especially Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, Jessa's parents, were strict about shielding their kids from secular influences. Their emphasis was on biblical values, modesty, and a sheltered upbringing. But times have changed, and many wonder if Jessa is more lenient in her approach to media consumption for her children, raising the question, do Jessa Duggar's kids watch violent movies? A strict upbringing, the Duggar family became household names through 19 Kids and Counting, where their conservative Christian values and strict parenting methods were on full display. The Duggar children were homeschooled, had limited access to media, and followed strict rules about courtship and dating. The family emphasized purity, modesty, and spiritual growth, and Jim, Bob, and Michelle took careful measures to ensure their kids were raised in a bubble largely free of the secular world's influences. This background is crucial when discussing Jessa Duggar's current parenting choices. Growing up in such a strict environment, it would seem natural that she might carry forward some of those same rules with her own children. And yet, rumors persist that her approach to media might be less rigid, with claims that her kids may be exposed to films or television content that contain violent scenes or themes. A shifting perspective on parenting, Jessa, now a mother of 4, has forged her own path since leaving her parents' home. She married Ben Seawald in 2014, and the couple has since welcomed Spurgeon, Henry, Ivy, and Fern into their family. Like many young parents, Jessa and Ben have had to navigate the challenges of raising their children in an increasingly digital world, where media consumption is nearly unavoidable. While the Duggars have always been vocal about their commitment to protecting their children from harmful influences, Jessa and Ben have also expressed a desire to engage with the world in a more open manner than her parents did. This shift has led to speculation that they may allow their children to watch more mainstream content, including films and shows that may contain violence. Media choices in the Duggar-Seawald household, Jessa and Ben have spoken about their desire to raise their children with biblical values, but they've also acknowledged the importance of teaching their kids to engage with the world responsibly. In a 2019 interview, Ben mentioned that he and Jessa want their children to learn discernment, meaning they aim to help their kids understand what is good and bad in the media they consume, rather than simply banning all secular content outright. This nuanced approach could mean that the Seawalds are more open to letting their children watch movies that may contain some violent elements, provided those films align with their values or contain teachable lessons. For example, many Christian families allow their children to watch movies like The Chronicles of Narnia or The Lord of the Rings, which contain battle scenes and violence, but are rooted in biblical allegory or moral lessons. It is possible that Jessa and Ben follow a similar principle when selecting media for their kids. However, rumors about the Seawalds allowing their children to watch overtly violent movies with no redeeming values seem far-fetched. The couple has never publicly endorsed violent or inappropriate media for their children, and given their Christian beliefs, it seems unlikely that they would abandon their values in this regard. The influence of social media, another factor to consider, is the role of social media in these rumors. Jessa Duggar is active on platforms like Instagram and YouTube, where she frequently shares updates about her family's daily life. However, social media can also be a breeding ground for gossip and speculation. It's possible that a photo or video of her children watching a seemingly innocent movie could have sparked concerns about what types of content they are allowed to view. For instance, if her children were seen watching a superhero movie, which often includes action scenes and violence, some fans might have misinterpreted this as a sign that the Seawalds are allowing inappropriate content in their home. It's important to remember that the presence of action or violence in a film doesn't necessarily mean it's harmful, especially if parents are careful to contextualize it for their children. Teaching discernment ultimately, Jessa Duggar and Ben Seawald appear to be navigating the challenges of modern parenting in their own way. While it's unclear exactly what movies their children are allowed to watch, the couple has emphasized the importance of teaching their kids to discern right from wrong, both in life and in the media they consume. This approach aligns with their Christian values, and it suggests that even